and welcome back to my channel. My name's Karina and welcome back. I post videos every Wednesday and the occasional bonus video throughout the week if I'm feeling extra special. So if you like what you see, then please give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe down below. So today's video is actually one that I've been planning on doing for quite some time. I received a text from one of my friends this summer basically asking what my essentials were for a makeup look, and this isn't something that I had ever really thought about. I was like, wait, doesn't everybody know? But it makes total sense. So for people who don't necessarily use makeup, you may not know what kinds of things to include. So I came up with a list of the products that I will not travel without. Now these are not the specific products I'm talking about. So that's what I want to make clear, is these are just the type of product. So I'm going to talk about literally everything from what you should put on first to what is last, and at least in the order that I do it. And these are just the products that I use. Now you can use whatever works best for your skin, and everyone's going to be different, so not everyone will have the same products that I have, not everyone will have the same preferences that I have, or necessarily the same. Some people may want high-end and some people may want drugstore. So I have pretty much all my stuff is from Sephora, and this is stuff that I've collected over the past 5-6 years, maybe more, and it's just stuff that I really enjoy using. So this is just meant to be a video to kind of introduce people into what you would want to have for sort of your essentials makeup. So yeah, let's get on into it. The first product is a primer. Now this is the Too Faced RX primer. It's a primer that I use every single day. Without failure, I always put it on and I absolutely love it. It does have a coconut smell, so if you're not into that, then maybe stay away from this. But you always want to make sure that in your essentials kit you have some sort of primer. You can find ones that are hydrating, that are mattifying, that are brightening. Like, there is a whole wide range of different primers that you can find, and it's really about picking the one that's right for you. So what I suggest is going to Sephora and asking for samples of different types of primers, different types of foundations, etc., etc. So you can really pick out what works best for you before you make that splurge and jump into buying a higher end foundation. Or maybe you just really want to use drugstore products, and that's totally cool. So you always want to start with a primer. The next thing that I always put on after I put on my primer is a lip balm. I find especially in the winter time my lips get really dry really quickly, and if I'm putting on lipstick, then I want to make sure that my lips are moisturized. So I really like the Sugar Advanced Therapy lip balm. It's literally just clear, get at Sephora, but you always want to make sure that you have some sort of lip balm in your essentials kit, especially if you're traveling, if you're on a plane, if you're going somewhere new. You want to make sure that you have something to keep your lips hydrated. So you can find whatever. I know most people probably have their go-to chapstick that they already use, so that's perfect. Just add that on into your essentials kit. The next thing after your primer and after your lip balm chapstick, you want to pick the right foundation. So I've mentioned in pretty much every single video that I've done that my favorite foundation is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Now this one I think I've repurchased probably 4 or 5 times, and I really enjoy it. It's perfect for my skin. I know how it works. I love it. So you want to make sure that you find the right foundation for you. Now this could be a drugstore one. I really love the Maybelline foundations as well. I've tested those. I use those a lot. But this one I always go back to. So you want to make sure that in your kit you have a foundation. It can be a BB cream, a CC cream, it can be some sort of cream, but something that you want to put on your face to kind of cover up any imperfections that you may feel uncomfortable about or that you may want to hide. I really enjoy the Too Faced one because it's full coverage, but I can put it on lighter, if that makes any sense at all. Like, it's a medium to full coverage, but if I don't want to put that much on, I just kind of spread it out and I'm good with it. So you always want to make sure that you have some sort of foundation in your essentials kit. Now the next one is something that I don't go a day without wearing, if I'm wearing makeup of course, and it's concealer. So I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. see a little bit of a trend with the Too Faced stuff, but I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Light. My foundation is in the shade Porcelain, and I love this concealer. I've tried different kinds of concealers, and they just kind of crease. They don't really make it look nice. Underneath my eyes mostly is where I run into a lot of the problems, but this one seems to work really well, and I like the way it works with the Too Faced foundation. So in your essentials kit, you always want to make sure you have a concealer. This is something that will cover up those under eyes if you're traveling. It'll cover up any blemishes. It'll kind of brighten up the T-zone area of your face, and it's perfect for someone who, if you're looking for a little bit of a lighter coverage, because it is like a natural radiant concealer, it works really well with multiple foundations. I've used them with my Armani one, I've used them with the Maybelline one. So you always want to make sure in your essentials kit you have a concealer, whichever concealer works best with your skin. Now next, you need something to set your face. So I always do primer, lip balm, foundation, concealer, and then I set my face right away because I want to make sure that it all looks flawless before I continue on with the next steps. So I use the Kat Von D translucent powder. I really love the Laura Mercier one as well. This is just one that I had purchased at IMATS, and I wanted to use up before I purchased another Laura Mercier one. And it's something that I really like. It's a loose setting powder. You can buy setting powders in a pan. You can buy whatever you want, but you always want to make sure that you have some sort of translucent powder to set your face. I've occasionally forgot to set my face, which is, I know, something really weird, and then throughout the day I'm like, why does my face look so oily? And it's because I forgot to set my face. So you want to make sure in your essentials kit that you have something to set your face with. I always recommend using a translucent powder instead of a tinted one, just because it may change the way or change the color of your foundation on your skin. So the next one is a translucent, some sort of powder, or now the next one is kind of a combination of two different things. You want to find something to contour / bronze with. Now I'm someone who I really enjoy using the Anastasia contour kit. I've used Kat Von D one, I've used a Maybelline one. I just always seem to go back to this one, and I think it's just because I really like the shades. So I always use the banana powder in the middle to set all where I put my concealer. So I go in with a brush, I set everywhere, I put my concealer, chin, under my eyes, nose, forehead, and then that kind of locks in that concealer just that extra little bit more than the translucent powder. And then I use this bottom shade here to contour with. So it's the perfect one that matches nicely with my skin. I put it a little bit bronzy as well, so it kind of bronzes up my forehead. So it kind of is a double duty powder where it will contour your skin and it will also bronze up your face as well. So this kit is really good. You can use a Smashbox one, you can use a drugstore one, but you always want to have contour because you want to be able to shape your face. So the next item is a contour kit to keep in your collection. The next two come after I do my contour and my setting, and this is a blush. So you want to find a good blush that works for you. I'm still in that testing process where I don't know if I want my blush to be something that really sticks out or if I want it to be subtle to look like I'm a little bit flushed. So I've always been going for the Too Faced Peaches, and I really enjoy it. It's a nice shade, it looks really pretty, it's perfect with my skin. I've been using it forever, so I've been using this one. So you want to find a nice blush that you feel comfortable with, and then you want to find a really nice highlight. So I'm someone who really enjoys like a nice noticeable highlight, and not many people are. So you want to find the right highlight that works for you. I like the Hourglass one that I just picked up, and this is the Euphoric Strobe Light. It's really pretty, it's really natural. I'm wearing it today, you don't see it too much. Unless I really turn my head and point it out to you, you won't see it. So I really enjoy this one. I really like the MAC ones, I like the Anastasia ones. So you really just want to find the highlight that works best for you, because if you don't like something super stand out, if you don't like something that really stands out, then find something that is not as bright or not as shiny or sparkly on your face. It's really up to you. Highlight something that you can have, you don't need to, but it's always something nice to have in your kit, especially if you're going to transition your look from day to night. This is perfect. If you don't put highlight on during the day, you put it on at night. So the next item is something that I find very essential to my makeup look. It always goes on before I put my eyeshadow on because I always want to see the shape of my eyebrows before I do my eyeshadow. So I use the Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde from Anastasia. This is something that I think lasts me like quite a long time. Like I've only purchased 2 and I've been using this for a really long time. I use it with a brush, so I'll open it up for you so you can kind of see, and I like to access in the lid, and then that way it doesn't kind of clog up the container. But I use this every single day. I find it's really easy to shape the brow. Use it with a really thin brush that you can get at like Shoppers or any drugstore, and it's perfect. So, or you can use a pencil. It's really up to you, whatever you feel more comfortable with, but you always want to make sure that you have some sort of brow product in your makeup bag. This is something that is really up to you. You want to find a eyeshadow palette that you really enjoy. People have multiple palettes. You want to just make sure it's for you. So the one that I've been loving recently is a ColourPop I Think I Love You. I'm wearing it today, and it's perfect for someone who really just wants some neutrals. You don't really want to step too far out of the box, and you're really just starting to get into it. It's really reasonably priced. I mean, you're gonna have to pay duties when you ship to Canada, but look for something that really suits you. You can go to the drugstore and you can find a really nice Maybelline one. Like, there are so many options for eyeshadow palettes, but make sure it's the right shades that you want. Like, I find a lot of people really start out with either the like nice pinks, or you go like nice browns, and then you kind of work your way up to the more creative or more out there eyeshadow palettes, and it's really up to you. That's the perfect thing about this kit. So you want to find yourself a nice eyeshadow palette. Then you want to find yourself a mascara. So I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash right now. I've used the Too Faced one, I've used a drugstore one. Like, I switch up my mascara all the time, so it's something that I don't necessarily like have to stick to, but you want to find yourself a really good mascara. And the last thing is a really nice nude lipstick. You always want to keep a really nice nude lipstick to pair on if you're going to be going to work or you're going to be going out. Something that works for you, that kind of finishes off that look and that finishes off everything else. So those are all the essentials that I have for a makeup kit. Now, these aren't specific items that I'm recommending. It's more or less the idea behind what you should have if you're starting out in makeup. This is all about trying it and testing new things. You want to see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. It's a whole trial and error thing that is really up to the individual person. It's not necessarily I'm going to say that you absolutely need this product, as everyone's skins are completely different. So it's just sort of a grouping of makeup products that I think people who are just getting started in makeup, or maybe who are looking for what to really include or what to really look for, because the makeup world, especially at Sephora, can be a little bit daunting. So if you have a list that you know you want a primer, foundation, concealer, lip balm, eyeshadow, contour, you can go in with a little bit more at ease because you sort of have that basis of a list. And honestly, do your research online if you're looking to start your own sort of like go-to makeup bag. Like, these are items that I take with me when I go everywhere. The only item that I switch up would be my lipstick and my eyeshadows. So everything else that I included here are items that I take with me everywhere. Now, if you're not into eyeshadow, then just don't do eyeshadow. You can set your face, you can do just the mascara. It's really up to you. Now, you notice I didn't include an eyeliner in this, and that's because eyeliner is for very specific people. I'm not someone who wears eyeliner really much, like really all. Like, I try to not wear eyeliner just because I'm not very good at applying it. So I really just like to keep eyeliner for when I absolutely need to wear it, and I don't think it's something that you necessarily need. Now, if you really like eyeliner, then go for it, do it, add it to your makeup kit. But these are the items that I personally would recommend that I keep with me and that I take with me everywhere that I go. So yeah, if you like this video and you like sort of this like essentials makeup look, then give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below what you guys keep in your kit that I maybe miss in mine. so I can start testing and adding out new products. So yeah, that's about all I have for today, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!